Hey guys, it's Dawson Joe from Japan, and in this channel we talk about entrepreneurship, business and personal finance. While I'm living in Japan, I want to share some tips and tricks how to survive, how to succeed in this country, but not only here but also in Asia. And in this video I wanted to share my story, how I came to Japan, how I studied, and what am I doing right now with business, and what's our plans, what are we going to do next. And first, about my backstory. Originally I'm from Uzbekistan. It's a country in Central Asia. After high school I applied to university. So first I wanted to go to Nagoya University, but it was really tough, and they had only mostly engineering, so it was related to math. So I wasn't good at math, and I chose University Asia Pacific, or you can just call it APU. It was quite easy to get into this university, and a lot of people ask me like how to get into university and all sort of stuff. You know, you can just search online and you can just go to their official website, right? But the most hard part for me was just doing everything by myself. And later also we had to get a certification like English exam, if you know IELTS or TOEFL, something like that. And Japanese, it wasn't required, which was the good thing. But of course, for other universities, if you want to apply, like Nagoya or others, much harder to get in. So it's better if you know Japanese language. So I advise you to start learning Japanese from now. It will be also helpful for you in real life, like just to, when you come to Japan, like right from the beginning, you can start doing part-time. Even though I don't really recommend you right away doing part-time job, because then your grades might drop. But in this video it's not about that. But I studied in APU for 4 years. It was quite tough for me because everything was in English, and I never studied some classes in English, and I chose politics and international relations, my major was. It was quite fun, university life and Japan, first time living by yourself, and we did exchanges. I went to some schools and teaching some stuff. It was quite fun, and just 4 years it went by, and after university, back in university I also did like YouTube, like I'm doing right now, I'm still doing. Also I started to do video work. So first it was mostly like for travel videos, and later on I started just to do like for myself, like just I was vlogging and stuff like that. But later on, because I'm in small city, or you can call it a town, Beppu, which is located in Kyushu prefecture, and it's in Oita prefecture, Kyushu. So it's quite we call it like inaka, so far from a big city, but still the good thing about it, it's demand. Some jobs are pretty good for foreigners, and it's easy to find a job here. So that's why I recommend, if you're planning to come to Japan, consider small parts like Oita, or other like small towns. And then when I started to do video work, I found a really good company that I started to work with. So I was doing video work for them, and they were like an agency, like a consulting agency, So they were working with companies and Japanese brands, and I was just doing video for them. And then we did quite a lot of projects, and later I started to, I had more interest to business and learning about those things, and then they offered me a position like internship in their company, and I started to work there, and helping not just with video but also with designing logos and stuff like that, like more media stuff, because they needed this kind of stuff. Because if you're a company, and if you're an agency, you do consulting and stuff like that, if you want someone to do let's say video, they need to contact another agency that does videos and those type of stuff, but they charge a lot. So that's why if I were there as an intern, even if I did one work or one design, it was cheaper for company, and they were also learning about my country, Uzbekistan. That's why it was a good opportunity not only for me but also for them. And then I had a good relationships with them, and I met with all like investors and all the people who connected to that company. And later we went to my country, Uzbekistan. They were quite interested to expand to Uzbekistan and open a company there, and partner with us. And I was really like thrilled. And this year in 2020, I finished my school. I graduated university finally, and right away I joined this company. But also we opened our own company in Japan, and also in Uzbekistan we are going to open. We plan to go on September back to Uzbekistan, but because of current situation we couldn't. Though we are also trying to expand, do a whole bunch of stuff here in Japan, help people to find jobs, help people to partner with them and see what they're capable of. Like they helped me. I think there are more people who need this opportunity, and because really with the current situation we see a lot of people were really because they wanted to find a job, so some people even got a job, but some companies couldn't afford or couldn't really risk to have them. And that's why people were really they couldn't get a job, and so they had to go back to their country. So that's why I feel like those people, even though they try really hard, they studied a lot, but some people kind of have only one opportunity, only one option, which is really dangerous if you think about that. And I'm also looking forward to learn. I'm still not a professional, like I'm not great businessman or something like that. I'm not saying that, but I'm still learning. I'm trying to also share my experience, like I said, and I hope you learned something from me. Of course, you don't need to replicate, you don't need to do the same thing like I did or someone else did, but if you learn those lessons, even what I can share with you, even when you're studying, even when you're in school, of course you have to work, of course you have to pay for your bills, but also we need to think about our long term, what are we gonna do next, right? Of course, even I didn't know what I wanted to do after university. I had an idea that I don't really want to work in a company. Of course I wanted to learn something from a company, but I wanted to start I wanted to start to invest into myself right away. So I didn't want to wait. It's in my case. But what I'm trying to say, you don't need to be detailed, right? Like I want this and that in this time. Like of course you can do that, but sometimes things change, times change, and we need to be adaptive. We need to be ready for everything what we have, but what I'm trying to say is yeah, learn some skills, learn some stuff which are good in your market. And like I said, for example, I was in this kind of small market, like I said, in Beppu, so they needed someone who is good in filmmaking, who is responsible, which is the most important thing. And later on, I also had an interest in business, development of brand and all those things, and it went to that thing, to the next thing. So, but it started from a small thing, and yeah, just catch an interest in someone and try to work with them, try to network, which is the most important thing. But first, if you cannot really find a network, you can just start watching some stuff, like I said, learn your skill, improve your skill, and later on it will be useful.